How do you do, my wonderful, wonderful people? I hope you're having an absolutely awesome day and that you're excited for the next leg of the journey and the Serpent Challenge. Today is going to be a little bit different. You might have seen it in the intro. We're going to be making our first yard or train depot area, because there's only going to be one train depot in this show, and that's going to be situated between the plank factory, also called the sawmill. I struggled with that last time as well, and the glass factory, which is going to be awesome. Now, before we get cracking on the actual depot area, we're going to be putting in the line between the sawmill and the glassworks. So that's going to be exciting. Well, maybe not the line putting in, but the depot, how it will turn out is going to be exciting. So I hope you're ready for that. It's going to be a little bit different because I don't tend to do so much detailing work. So yeah, at least not in Transport Fever 2. I do some in Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, but that's been a while ago, and it's a different game. 2 different games actually. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope you are as well.
So what we're working on right now is the actual depot where trains will come out in their own jolly good time. I've used a asset and then I've placed the tracks inside of it, which I think really lends itself well to having your own very unique custom layout. So that was the goal, and I've as you've probably seen by now, we've moved on a long time ago. The commentary's lagging behind that already. But yeah, as you can see that the actual depots are placed inside, so that will be nice when the trains come out. And I think we'll come back to that area and decorate it a little bit more in towards the end of the video. Right now we're obviously working on figuring out how are all these lines going to be connecting up to the outside world and the rest of our network. And as of now, that works, but it's not pretty. So I think I might just come back to that. I haven't so far, but it's a desire I have to come back to that and work on that some more. Other than that, obviously the yard area needs to be full of lots and lots of trains and wagons and needs to look busy. And for that to work, we obviously need some fake ass trains, because we can't stomach the cost of just having 4 or 5 trains just sitting around in a line somewhere. That being said, we are going to have some shunters moving around the yard. Obviously the shunters get a little bit more exciting to look at once the steam age is over. I don't feel like steam trains necessarily look so good in the yard, so yeah, or rather they can look good sitting there, but as shunters, I don't there's something wrong with that in my humble opinion. It doesn't quite hit the spot for me. Anyways, I know that a lot of the wagons we're putting down don't actually fit together. Different coupling systems, is that what you call them? I don't know. But yeah, they don't actually fit together, but I figured we'll know that now. But we can glance over as different colored wagons down the line. That's the plan anyways. So yeah, we obviously need some trains. Obviously I figured let's put it inside, because it might be worked on. But that would obviously entail that we can't see the flipping train, and what's the fun in that? So I brought it back out. But the yard or the depot area needs to be busy in other words as well, because it takes up a lot of footprint as far as the map goes. And in order to make it look proper busy, we also need some action going on outside of the actual rail lines. There will be equipment shipped in. There will be storage locations for that. Obviously, there will be offices. There will be places for people to eat and work and do their stuff. So obviously, we'll need some more buildings in the coal age, especially, and later in the diesel age. We'll obviously need somewhere to store coal and store gasoline, somewhere for trains and trucks to refuel, and some transportation items will be needed to actually transport that into the station, so into the yard, sorry. So that will also have to be taken into account eventually. Now, we're kind of building this as like a snapshot in time, right? So we won't actually know, or there will be limited amounts of movements. I'll put in some shunter trains, as I said, that will actually move, and some trucks and buses to transport people and goods to the area. But we're still working with a snapshot in time, right? So there's not going to be the boxes, for example, are delivered goods for whatever reason. We can't actually make those goods do anything. They'll just be sitting there forever and ever. But I think it's important to put them in anyways, just to make sure that it looks like someone's actually working here. And the same goes for the people we're putting down as well, that they need to have a place that, or they need to be there in order to make the place look real, but they'll just be standing around for the next, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 years in game. So yeah. I hope it will I hope that it doesn't overshadow itself, as in I hope that the people will actually look sort of decent and you know, actually fit in, and not just be a just look stupid when we're passing by with a train, because they'll be sitting there doing nothing, drinking their coffee or whatever. And yeah, I started out trying to put a little bit of a hill inside of the middle there, but I figured, you know what, if a flat surface is left unattended for long enough, there will water will find its way to create ponds of sorts. And I figured, you know what, that seems legit. Might not be the ideal kind of maintenance level of it, but will be ideal in the terms of, alright, it's a little bit run down, but it doesn't really matter that much, so it's not like a big thing for the employees of the yard either. But yeah, I figured that'd be nice to have some kind of central water area where all the rainwater collects. Now I might need another trip down the workshop lane there, because I feel like there's still some items missing. I've already been a couple of times during the build, but I feel like maybe adding some kind of more muddy looking or tractor track type roads would really lend itself nice to such a place such as this, because you could in theory drive just fine on the ground. You wouldn't necessarily need a dedicated road, depending a bit on the vehicle, of course. But some of the roads that are here would not need to be actual roads, and I think it would be nice to have roads of that nature, so to speak, in order to facilitate regular vehicles driving around, or yard vehicles, maintenance vehicles driving around with no actual roads underneath them. I think that would do well, and if we can't find such a road, at least put in some kind of extras in order to sell that in some way. That would obviously be static trucks again, and yeah, I was thinking about using the dirt road, or just, you know, painting the surface with dirt. But the problem with dirt is that it's a very strong color compared to the other colors, which means that it really pops out and it looks a bit weird, I think, unless you put the whole yard as dirt, but then you don't get the sense of mobility and people driving around. I realized I picked up the wrong car pack compared to what I actually wanted, so I've gone ahead and I've added the right one, or rather I've added both, and the other one, the only difference is that the other one also switches the colors of the cars, and that means that you can put in a lot more before it looks repetitive. So I've done that in between the cuts, and yeah, I think the yard is turning out pretty darn well. I'd like a few more details to be added, but I think that would lend itself better to I don't want to say revisiting it, but like updating it a little bit when the more modern times comes around. Because then we can add in a diesel refueling area. No clue what I'm doing right now. We could add in a diesel refueling area and stuff like that. And I'm also on the fence on putting down a coal refilling area. already, because you know it's the coal age. We're gonna be doing coal for a while still, and adding in the coal refueling. I don't know, would probably do well and fit well. Anyways, we're done with the time lapse, so I'm gonna let you guys go back to the moving about normal speed type behavior. And all right, this here is our yard and depot area. Now we got some bus stop, or a bus stop and a truck stop, as well as a few different waypoints around, just to make the trucks, you know, go through more than one place. This line is never going to make any money. None of them are. There's actually quite a fair few of them moving about. But that's just to liven up the place and get some movement going. Obviously, at this point, we're making a decent chunk of change. So, and we got some stored up. So I figured, you know, let's go ham with it. We also got a wherever it is. There it is now. This is a shunting train. I might muck about getting another one of them in there. The problem at present is that there's several points on the line where it backs up on itself, which is less than ideal if you want a shunting service going around. And up here is the coal refueling, something or other, where trains will stop off to get some more coal on their hoppers, which I think looks decent. I've forgotten to smoothen out the. All right, I obviously have forgotten how the tools work in Transport Viewer 2 now. There you go. I've forgotten to smoothen out the hill. No, it's not a hill. That's a little excessive. The bumps. All right, the bumps at the coal refilling station was forgotten about. There's some odd bits and bobs. What's wrong with speech today? There's some buildings lying around. I've talked about that a little bit in the time lapse as well. But like here, we got a garage with some trucks on it, because obviously there would be a need for trucks going around. It's a little bit off to the side. That's mostly because I wanted to fill the space a little bit. But this space, I got plans for this space when the diesel age comes around. So it's a little out there right now, but there's plans when we start looking at diesel. As for this area, obviously, you know, a little bit of a storage yard, the main facility itself with some offices and stuff. We got a couple of barracks back here for people to work in, as well as obviously some people decorating the place. They'll be standing quite still, unfortunately. It would be nice to like paint out some paths for them to walk on and stuff. That would be awesome. We got a train driver as well, over by the I think it's the Mikado that's there. Yeah, it's Mikado, obviously. And over here some rail works wagons, because I figured, why not? I mean, if our company is gonna store it anywhere, it might as well be here. Although the amount of stuff stored leaving me a little bit worried about our future, but we can always extend upon that, I suppose. So yeah, that's the yard as it sits. Let's get a couple of glory shots and call it a day.
That's wrapping it up for today. I hope you had an absolutely blast watching it. I had a heck of a lot of fun making it and building it, but some of the added fun to it is that Transport Viewer 2 really doesn't lend itself well to detailing, because it doesn't have all the tools you'd like you know, the XYZ axis and stuff would really help out. But that being said, that's part of the fun though. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. If enough of you guys like it, I really want to detail some of the stations and some of the industries as well as we move on. Mostly because I think that would be super fun. But obviously, if you guys don't want to see it, I don't want to do it on video, at least. I'll just do it on my own damn time. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. So that's gonna wrap it up. I want to continue. Anyway, if you enjoyed this one, be sure to smash a like at it. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, or questions, leave those down below in the comment section. And yeah, if you want me to continue on with some more detailing, be sure to let me know in the comment section. Anyways, I've been Average. You've been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next time. Till then, cheerio.